For warning me, Danny.
Luke, just how's that rapport building with the receivers? What have you seen from those guys?
It's been a lot of fun. Been new challenges daily, moment by moment, learning their abilities, them learning mine, strengths and weaknesses. It's a daily challenge, like I said, but it's fun. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes this sport enjoyable and difficult and all things encompassing. So it's good. Guys are unique in their own way, have their own talents and abilities that can affect teams in different ways and affect our offense in different ways, and that's the beauty of it. We got a lot of options, a lot of guys who can do it, and really excited just to see their confidence grow, because that's what's going to take them to the next level, like it did with Pat and Zakari and the guys you've seen in the past here. So bright future for all those guys, and I'm excited to be a part of that with them. But on the right track, long way from now until game one, but doing the right things to make things happen in the right way.
What is your job in lifting them up and creating that rapport?
Yeah, a lot of encouragement, I'll tell you that, because as an early young player, you're fighting a lot of confidence issues, a lot of just football IQ hurdles and obstacles, and just encouraging them through the battles of stepping into a starting position like they want to have, and learning to deal with the mindset of that, the pressures, the expectations, the weight that it can bear, but helping them understanding that they belong. They wouldn't be in that position if they didn't belong. They weren't talented. So a lot of encouragement, a lot of teaching. I was around a lot of good ones with Isaiah, Casey, Washington, and Pat Bryant, Zakari. Even back where I was at, there was a lot of I played with the second rounder at Ole Miss, and I've been around for a minute, and so. And I've used my talents to really understand the game as a student. And so helping them, I'm obviously not a receiver coach or anything like that, but I know football from my perspective, and I can help them just with how I see the game, how I see them fit into what we're doing, and how I can help them any way possible. A lot of encouragement, a lot of lifting them up. It's daily battles and challenges, but it's fun. It's been a great time.
When you look back to where you were 2 years ago at this point, how have you grown just as a player and a leader? I know it's a big picture question, but
yeah, I've answered it a lot. I feel like at this point, man, it's just been so. I love the game so much because it's taught me so much about my life right now as a young 20-year-old. But it'll carry with me until the day I die for sure. It's taught me most about it taught me what matters most in this life, and that's my faith and my values and my beliefs and the people I hold close to my heart, and just the relationships that I'm building every single day with coaches and players. There's so many people I come across every single day, and I'm just learning constantly about myself, about what matters, what's important through the adversities and the successes of the sport. I enjoy it. I came in as a shy little kid who didn't know who he was as a person. Now I've just blossomed totally into someone who's super confident because I know who my creator and savior is, and man, these coaches and these players in this place have brought out the best in me, and so just so excited to keep on doing the right things every single day, walking with a lot of prudence and humility to be my best, to use my gifts, and man, I'm so freed up because of I know the right things in life and what matters most.
Luke, when we talk about replacing Pat and Zakari, how valuable or important can your tight ends be, and even your running backs in the receiving game?
Extremely, yeah. Those guys are doing great things right now. Deep tight end room. Tanner Argan taking a lot of snaps last year because he had to, and bringing in kind of Cole coming back into that mix, who brings a really cool, unique element to it that can affect defenses in great ways that we think and we know. He belongs to that moment especially, and he's going to do great things for us this year. Excited for him. And then you bring in kind of two transfers, Davin Stoffel and Christian Abney, who been in college for a little bit, have their experiences elsewhere, but have their own unique abilities and talents that are going to do really good things for us, and all unique in their own way, and are tough physical dudes who can affect the pass game too, and the backs too. We really want to feature them as much as we can. Brett Bielema, he's going to run the football, and we have a committee of backs who can affect defenses in different ways. You obviously know Caden's ability and his size and strength, and Aiden's speed and his knowledge and his kind of experience, and then you have Khalil, a young guy who has a jolt that can really affect kind of what we're doing in a great way. So everybody's going to have their role for sure, and going to be used in their own way, and that's what we're here for. We're learning how we can use each and every person and their strengths to maximize our 12 opportunities ahead of us to be our best. And so, yeah, it's not just the receivers obviously going to get the ball and affect defenses, from the skill position. Those tight ends, man, to be our best, we got to use everybody on that field to affect every blade of grass and, you know, every defender out there to be harder and to get other guys open. So everybody's being used, man, and a lot of people doing the right things to maximize their gifts.
Look a little bit off topic, but you know, quarterback recruiting here is going really well. From your point of view as the starting quarterback here, what's quarterback friendly about this system under Coach Lonnie and the program in general, and Art too plays a big role in that?
Yeah, when you win, you get good players. You know, it's just common sense, and you know, Coach Bealham has done a great job of establishing a winning culture here, and it attracts players. That's the bottom line. It's not rocket science, I'll tell you that. And so, but the quarterback-friendly offense, I mean, that's Coach Lonnie. You know, that's what he's done in the past. UTSA for a couple of years and lighting it up, and you know, lighting that league up on fire, and being here and recruiting good players. And like I said, just you know, understanding everybody's abilities and strengths and weaknesses, and going out there on a Saturday and using them, you know, at the highest level. And a lot of people want to play in this league. It's, you know, become the premier league in the country, and you win a lot of games. You know, people want to come play for the premier league and the premier team in the country, and we're stepping into that role. So it's been cool to kind of you know, start that trend, I guess, or be a part of it. And but yeah, Coach Lonnie, he's great at what he does. You know, he's gonna do it for a long time. You know, after this, and be ultra successful, and you know, just consistent year after year. He's always the numbers and the stats of kind of his offenses are always getting better and better, and he's just always working, always you know, humbly approaching the game, trying to get better. And so he's very open to suggestions, not just from me, but you know, Art and the other coaches, and everybody's just very cohesive, and that just comes from his character. But Coach Lonnie, man, that's his deal. He's the leader of our crew, and yeah, people want to play for him. He's a good dude, and he's a good coach, and knows what he's doing. So he's been around for a while.
With 3 young quarterbacks in the room, what's important to you to maybe show them, help them, pass down to them, just as they continue to develop?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of legacy leaving. You know, I just want to leave a legacy of good character, of good faith, and you know, I've learned a lot in this business, in this college football world, and growing up. Growing up in college football, I remember how greatly, you know, the quarterbacks ahead of me affected me in the way I play today and the way I carry myself. So I know the younger guys behind me are gonna, you know, kind of take that same approach. When they're older, they're gonna remember, you know, me hopefully as a good dude and a good leader, a good competitor, a guy who led with toughness and worked in the best way possible. So I know that's real, and because I lived it. And so yeah, it's important. It is, man. But I don't think about it much, because I know the things that I'm doing will be memorable for them, and just trying to pour into my craft every single day. I hope they see that, and helping them in every way they can, because I know helping them will you know, benefit our team greatly, you know, so in the future. And so, man, I'm just trying to do the right things. I hope they see that, and I know they are, because I know I'm doing the right things, because I've had a lot of trial and error. So I love what I do, and I love what I do it with, and I love those little quarterbacks that I work with every single day. And so they're great players, but yeah, man, I'm always trying to help, encourage. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge and confident and competent in what in the game and what I'm doing, and always learning. So I hope they see that.
Your 5th college camp, Luke, you know, have you learned how to kind of, with your body, just to kind of keep you, you know, healthy just through a 5-6 month season, and specifically, not to say you're on a pitch count, but with all the reps going kind of to you and Ethan, just not throw your arm out in August?
For sure, yeah, the games. That's a great question. Absolutely, yeah. You got to be aware of, you know, your body in a health and wellness, you know, standpoint physically. But for me, like, you know, I'm not banging around a whole lot. You know, I'm throwing. You know, that's kind of really the only thing I got going on in my legs a little bit. But you know, keeping my mind fresh and healthy is really the big thing for me. Year 5 can get, you know, pretty tedious and redundant, especially, you know, week 2 and week 3. But just realizing why you do it. And but from a physical standpoint, yeah, I'm just, you know, throughout the whole off season, you work on strength and agility and speed and body control, but you're also working on injury prevention. And so thankful I have a good strength staff that really maximizes our moments in the off season for injury prevention. But in these moments, man, I go get it every single day. I love practicing. But yeah, I'm aware of, you know, not overdoing something or things like that. But, you know, my mechanics from the quarterback position, you know, does a lot with injury prevention. You know, I'm not putting myself in bad positions, but yeah, I'm aware of my body. I know when to listen to it and when to push it a little bit and challenge it. But yeah, I certainly know, or have a better grasp of how to maintain for the next 6 months, you know, for sure, because it's easy to look at today from a physical standpoint. That, you know, I got to be this way in December and so on. So doing the right things every single day, just using my time wisely, I guess, to be in the best spot from an injury prevention and, you know, strength and speed standpoint. And so just maximizing my moments from that every single day.
So although some of the skill guys are changing, you have a lot of
Couple
returners
more.
on the offensive
Anybody
line.
use it?
How much confidence does that give you having so many returners in that offensive front?
Yeah, I mean, a lot. You know, those guys have played a lot of ball. They've seen a lot of looks, a lot of defenses, a lot of taking a lot of snaps, and you know, their minds are right about what matters, how to win, how to be successful on a field on a Saturday when it's hectic, when they're winning, when they're losing. Like, I can trust those dudes, and that's the bottom line. I have a lot of trust in the people I do it with, the 5 up front, and my coaches. You know, it's pretty much the same exact staff I had last year and even the year before that. So I understand what I'm doing. You know, with the people I do it with. So that naturally just creates a lot of comfort, and a lot of friendships and relationships have been built throughout my 3 years, because, man, a lot of people that I'm in the locker room with today were there 2 years ago with me. So a lot of comfort and a lot of trust, knowing that they know what they're doing. They put their all in their craft, and so it just allows me to play even freer. So I'm excited to play with them again, man. These are lifelong relationships that I don't take for granted. So enjoy them all and enjoy everybody I do with.